Hi, my name is Ed Florentino. I'm the Executive Director of the Griffin Pond Animal Shelter. I've been here approximately 9 months, and my job duties are to take care of the day-to-day operations of this wonderful facility.
Hi, my name is Kristen Anderson. I'm the Operations Manager here at Griffin Pond. My duties here are pretty broad, but my basic duty here is the best interest of the animals.
Hi, I'm Sandy Scala. I'm the Humane Society Police Officer here at Griffin Pond. I investigate and prosecute animal cruelty.
Hi, my name is Colette and I'm the Adoptions Coordinator. I do a lot with handling the adoptions with dogs and cats and the other critters that we have here.
My name is Jess Farrell and I do the public relations, marketing, and events fundraising for Griffin Pond Animal Shelter. I actually started volunteering with the shelter many years ago when I was in 6th grade because I absolutely love animals, and now I'm here working full-time for the shelter, and it's just such a great job because I get to actually do what I love, and there's really nothing better than that. Volunteers do need to be 18. If anybody under the age of 18 is interested in becoming a volunteer, they can certainly come in with an adult. And the process is very simple. They can come into the shelter. We have a book at the front desk, so they must sign in and they leave their license with the front desk until they're done volunteering. We also have a lot of events that we need volunteers for, so if anybody's interested in volunteering for any kind of events, they can email me at jessfarrell@griffinpondanimalshelter.com or call my phone. It's 507-1643.
The staff at Griffin Pond Animal Shelter is the foundation of this facility, in my opinion. I'm fortunate to have a solid staff. I have a lot of staff that's been here a while, and they're very experienced and knowledgeable. And without them, I would be lost, as well as the pets.
We have a strong team of staff members here that all have the same interest in finding permanent, forever homes for our pets. They work very hard at listening to what the potential owners are looking for, matching them up with a proper pet, and identifying the different quirks of the animals. Some better with dogs, some better with children, some better with cats. So they listen to what people are asking for and they match them up with the appropriate pet. It is a team effort, and all the staff here is on board for the same mission.
If you have another animal, like if you're adopting a dog and you have a dog already, we set up a meet and greet where all you do is you come up here, we'll go for a short walk, and we just make sure that the two dogs will do great together. And if you're unsure, you can bring your cat up. It really doesn't matter.
One of my goals here is to, number one, maintain the tenure. I'd like to see this facility stay here for another 50 years plus. One of the newest programs I'm attempting to put together is a training program. Volunteer trainers we have spoken. They're willing to volunteer their time. Because what I found is after we adopt an animal to a second home or our home, giving them a second chance, we may have a return, and it's based upon behavior. So I want to offer the new animal owners an opportunity for some free training. So we're creating a program where the volunteer trainers, professional trainers, would offer several hours a day, a half a day every weekend, and the new pet owners would come here and receive some free training. They can have a dialogue with them, share their particular concerns or issues at home. So hopefully that would work toward retention and keep the adoption a success.
Many animals have behavioral issues, and people often get frustrated because they don't know how to solve those issues. So as a last resort, they usually bring them to the shelter. And unfortunately, we're inundated with animals for that reason. But what we're actually, we're going forward with Griffin Pond Animal Shelter, and we're working on a new training program so that animals who get adopted here can come back for training sessions with professional trainers, because we want to correct that situation, and that will certainly help prevent animals from winding up here because of those behavioral issues.
This is Switch. He's one of several deaf dogs we have here at our shelter. We do have some special need pets from time to time, which we still find to be very highly adoptable. Switch communicates through hand signals. He does know some basic sign language. He is still very lovable. The fact that he is deaf and a pit does work against him. However, here we found that the pits are just as loving as any other breed we get in our shelter here. He trusts us. He allows us to do whatever we need to for him, but he is very easy to communicate. You just have to change the way you communicate with him. He's very treat motivated, so that also assists in any kind of training we have to do with him. But as far as the breed goes, pits are very misunderstood at times, and we find them to be very loving. They fit in with kids, they fit in with other pets. We do meet and greets to make sure though that they will accommodate, and the staff here works very hard on temperament testing. They make sure they know all the quirks to any of our pets so that they can place them in the right home. So it starts with the staff as far as temperament testing. It continues on through our adoption process, where they will review your application and make sure that the animals fit into your lifestyle in your house, and make sure they're going to fit with your other pets and your other family members. If you were to come down here and you're interested with him, I would set you up with our volunteer, Meg. She knows a lot about Switch. She's worked with him as well as our other pit bulls. Our volunteers are very important to us. She's been fantastic, and she has the best interest of her animals. She could help you with the basic, and I would try to see if I have a trainer who would be willing to help you with the introduction phase. We're very fortunate that there are several rescues that work with us, especially with our special needs pets, and trainers that will help with an animal with special needs going into a household and continuing with the basic introduction into your lifestyle. So they are highly adoptable, and they do come with some basic training for you in your household to make the adjustment and transition smooth.
Every year we do a lot of fundraisers. We're actually run completely on private donations. So that requires a lot of fundraisers, and thankfully we have so many people in the community that reach out to us and say, hey, we'd like to help you with a fundraiser or host a fundraiser for Griffin Pond Animal Shelter. And that's absolutely wonderful, because we couldn't exist without people doing that.
We've been in existence since 1938. You can't say enough, and that's only because of the contributions that the citizens of this region have put forth to the shelter.
We have a wide range of animals that we house here at our facility. Everything from your typical cat, dog, rabbit, guinea pig, ferret, to turtles, birds, chickens, and the occasional goat.
Just the other day, you know, I had a gentleman come into our shelter, and he donated a lot of money to the shelter because he wanted to, and he has a love for the pets. And that what's been going on here for years. And without that, the shelter obviously would fold.
We have over 300 dogs here right now, so we need a lot of help walking animals, feeding them, cleaning the cages. There's just so much to do. So we actually have a volunteer coordinator that comes here every day. Her name is Meg Phillips. So what I recommend is anybody coming to the shelter to volunteer for the first time, make sure they look for Meg and have her get you initialized into getting familiar with our protocol, our rules, and also with what needs to be done.
The biggest thing that helps in any nonprofit are the volunteers. Whether you volunteer to walk dogs, volunteer to play with the cats, or volunteer and just help spread the word, volunteers are big in a nonprofit situation. Here we also reach out and hope that the public can help us with our foster program. This kitten here actually was in a foster situation, and you can see how well socialized he is. He's very calm, and that is one of the biggest benefits of fostering. Sometimes it's a sick dog that's not ready to be put into a household. Sometimes it's a cat that isn't old enough to be put in for adoption, and they need time to grow. And no small animals should grow up here at the shelter. I'd love them all to be in a foster situation until they're ready to be adopted.
Recently we've had some really great fundraisers. We've had the motorcycle ride, which was June 8th, and we also had the Furry Friends 5K, which was June 21st, and we have some really great upcoming fundraisers too. In August we have the annual Pet Walk, which is at McDade Park, and we have a Pet Expo coming up in October, as well as many other events coming forward. So we hope that the community continues to reach out to us with some ideas, and I'm happy to work with them on making these events.
We generally strive for a 48-hour turnaround on the adoption process. That's pending any kind of landlords or other references that we have to check. But we strive very hard for a 48-hour turnaround. We want the animals in a house as soon as we can place them.
I think since my short tenure here, just like any new executive director, I think I bring to the organization a rejuvenation. I may think of things that maybe have been forgotten. I just bring a new spark and passion to the position. And I have a constant dialogue and meetings with my staff. We exchange ideas. And with that, we are always looking for a new program or tactic that would help the pets in our care, as well as rehoming them, giving them a second chance.
Rich Hayes will be pedaling for paws again this year to help raise funds for Griffin Pond Animal Shelter. Please be sure to purchase a pinup to support Rich Hayes' Pedaling for Paws ride at one of the following local SureSafe stores: Ray's Market, Quinn's Market, Ricardo's Market, as well as all convenient market locations. Plumpy's Pierogies will be donating a portion of sales from each bag of Plumpy's Pierogies sold at all local supermarkets during the month of August to the shelter. Look for the special labels featuring photos of some of our adoptable cats and dogs that have been at the shelter for a long time.
If it's going to help Griffin Pond Animal Shelter, I know what I'm having for dinner.
So Ed, some of the concerns that I've been hearing from the public via emails and Facebook are that they're worried about surrendering their animals to Griffin Pond Animal Shelter because they feel that their animal will only have a certain time limit before it could get adopted.
You know, that's that old fallacy that some believe that after 3 days, the shelters put their animal down or put the animal down. So that's not the case here. As you well know, we've had pets for 10, 12, 14 months. So if they're adoptable, we definitely will hold them until we find them a second home.
Right. That's why we tried to use the public relations on Galaxy and Inferno and some of the other animals that have been here for over 12 months.
Now, as we move forward, we need to maybe select an animal or two that's been here over 6 months and put another blast out there with using the media. Web page, etc., to try to get their face out there.
Right. Also, Mike that owns Plumpy's Pierogies, he's going to feature those 5 dogs that have been here for over a year, as well as some of the cats that have been here for 8 months and 10 months on the bags of pierogies. Starting in 2 weeks, he's going to distribute those out too.
That's a great idea. I want a bag too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that has come up many times, so we have to make sure that gets out there.
Yeah, and I know that some shelters across the country do have very short-term days, but I think it's really good for the public to know that we don't have a time limit.
We don't. Thank God, we don't.
Right. Ed, I received an email from a woman today. She actually was interested in what we're doing with the feral cats that are behind the building here.
Yeah, the feral cats. That's a big problem, community-wide, if not statewide. But our feral cat, what we're trying to do is relocate them, and those that are adoptable, we're going to get them adopted. But we seek out farms that could utilize them. There's also a community of feral cats, a couple of them within our regions where we have been reaching out, and they've been taking a few. So every means possible, we're trying to relocate them and give them another.
And we're going to spay them and neuter them before we release them. Right?
Yes, we have that trap spay and release program, which is a wonderful program, which is not only ours, but I think, again, it's countrywide.
Right.
It's a very good program.
It is, and I know Street Cats is a new organization in Scranton that Chris Munley started up, and they're actually also helping out with capturing people's cats and spaying them or neutering them and releasing them.
And don't forget, to the public, we have to let the public know that there'll be a little nip in the cat's ear once it had been spayed or neutered.
Right, that'll mark and notify them that this cat's already spayed.
That's correct. So we have to get that out there as well.
Excellent.
So we'll keep doing the best we can for the feral cat population.
Okay, great.
Isn't there an up-and-coming event regarding in August with bicycles?
Yes, Ed, there is. Actually, Rich Hayes is doing his Pedaling for Paws again this year. And this year we have a lot of sponsors behind us, like Plumpy's Pierogies, for instance, who are going to be putting the labels on their packaging, featuring our pets that have been here for a long time on the packaging. So we're really excited. It's going to start off on August 1st from the Pocono Raceway, and it's going to end in Forest City at the 150th celebration on Saturday, August 2nd.
Is this just Richie riding or others?
Yes, it's actually just Richie riding, but what we're going to do is we're going to have a gathering of people who have adopted Griffin Pond pets to meet him and greet him on his ride-in on Friday when he finishes up.
It's like a reunion. Good
Yeah,
idea.
an alumni reunion.
So I met Rich last year, and he did a fine job last year. So
Yes.
I'm sure he'll do, hopefully improve this year, if not the same. But he does a great job.
He does. He does a really great job. And actually, there's pinups are now available in the Ray's supermarkets as well as Quinn's and some of the other supermarkets that are part of the SureSave group. So they're only $1, and you could actually get them right at the register in these grocery stores.
Perfect. That's great.
And Plumpy's is going to donate $1 per bag for all 42 locations where they sell their pierogies for the month of August.
Wonderful. That's good. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to hearing how it concludes.
Yes, me too.
Hey, Jess, we just had that 5K. How well did it do?
Oh, it did great. We had over 90 participants this year, so it was really great. It was nice to see a lot of people come out with their Griffin Pond alumni pets or just their pets. We had a lot of people as well as animals running in it, and it was nice to have some of our shelter staff also running with some of our dogs that are available for adoption. I thought it was a great day.
I didn't think we had any staff in shape enough to run, but we did. They did well. But also, not only do we have alumni pets come back, but also other rescues showed up to demonstrate the support of rescue.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So-
I'm glad that we're working with some more rescue groups now. I think that's one of our key
Components.
components of our future.
It
So
is. How many did participate? Approximately over 100, wasn't it?
we had over 90 participants in the race this year.
Okay, good, good.
It was very good.
So hopefully that's a second or third annual?
That was the second annual one, so we're going to do it again next year.
Good, great, wonderful.
It's really impressive that a high school student takes that upon herself to do something nice to help the shelter out, isn't it?
I think that's a key. She was a young lady. I think she was a freshman or sophomore in high school. That's when she started it.
Yes.
And it was her way to step up and show her support for the animals.
Yeah, it's so impressive.
That's great. And she's
Very
continuing it with, and her mom helps her out.
Yes.
A great deal.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Oh, Ed, also at that event, we actually did the paw pet painting, kind of like the fingerprints for kids. So a lot of people,
the paint on the paw.
Exactly. Dog puts his paw in the paint, puts it on the pad, and then we write a little memo on there so that way people could have a little lasting tribute for their pet.
People like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
Us, us crazy animal
Yeah, yeah.
people. Ed, I know you said that you're surprised that we had a few staff that were able to run, but at least the nice thing about this event is people could walk too if they're not in shape to run this 5K.
That's true that a lot of them did. I think more walked than not, but also some of the volunteers that came to participate that did not have animals did ask us. And those animals that have the personality, they took them on the run and walked.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great way for them to get exercise and a great way to show that they're available for adoption.
That was
I
great
agree.
too.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
So Ed, I'm so happy about where Griffin Pond Animal Shelter is going. We're working on so many new programs or improving programs that were in place. Thankfully we had Leadership Lackawanna help us this year with developing our foster program, and Kristen's doing a great job of putting that into action along with Mary Kettle.
Yeah, the awareness was out there, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And one of the other programs that we're moving forward is a training program. We have volunteer professional trainers that are going to come on board, volunteer their weekends.
Absolutely.
And those that just adopted some pets, they can come forth on those days and share one-on-one with the trainers. So hopefully they'll have a more continued success rate and be happy at home.
Right, and that's
So-
definitely going to help us out in shelters around, because we know that most of the dogs that land in shelters have behavioral issues.
Some
and
of them do.
sometimes people just don't know or understand how to help their pet correct those. So this will be a great program to help people help their pets become better pets.
Definitely an option, because one of the other options is to say it's not working.
Right.
So this is hopefully be an opportunity to make it work.
So for more information on fostering or volunteering, please visit griffinpondanimalshelter.com. And we also have applications on there for the fostering as well as adoption of all of our pets. We also have a link on Pet Finder, so you could access the Pet Finder link right from our website, or go into Pet Finder yourself and just type in Griffin Pond Animal Shelter. Another great way to see which animals we have available for adoption is to come visit the shelter. We're actually open to the public 6 days a week. We're only closed on Tuesdays, but we welcome the public to come between 12 and 4:30 p.m. Every day of the week except for Tuesday.
Rich Hayes will be pedaling for paws again this year to help raise funds for Griffin Pond Animal Shelter. His ride will kick off Friday, August 1st from Pocono Raceway. Rich will ride into Scranton and visit some historic sites and end day one at McDade Park around 4 p.m. Join us at McDade with your Griffin Pond Animal Shelter adopted pet for our Griffin Pond alumni pet welcoming at the park. Plumpy's Pierogies, the original Pennsylvania pierogi, will be there as well with some delicious fried pierogies for the crowd to try. Make sure you check out some of the new flavors of Plumpy's that day.
Whoa, what do we have here? Visit my favorite pierogi, Plumpy's, featuring Pedaling for Paws, my bike ride.